Hello, my name is Shell, and I have completely lost my nerve when it comes to making YouTube videos. I tried again a little while ago and I did so many takes and I had to delete them all because they were all terrible and I kept making mistakes and that kept freaking me out. So here we are. Anyway, I thought I might try again now because I really wanted to update people I know about what I'm up to now. Also really need to learn how to edit a video. While I'm here, do you like my new haircut? I think it's pretty cool. Now my computer battery's about to die, so I shall make this quick. I just wanted to let everyone know that I have enrolled for a PhD in history. It's at Victoria University, and I currently live about a 4-hour drive away from Wellington, so I have had to enrol as an extramural student. I'm hoping to find a place to live in Wellington, but my priority at the moment is just getting this PhD started. So yeah, I'm on the Housing New Zealand list for a property in Wellington. Hopefully that comes through. But yeah, like I said, my priority right now is getting the PhD started, concentrating on that, getting that underway, and then maybe I can look at moving. It's all very exciting, but it's been quite a stressful process. While I've enjoyed it, it sort of has brought back a lot of memories. I tried to do more postgraduate study in my early 20s, and unfortunately I had a lot of problems at the time with mental health, particularly clinical depression. I've since learnt that I may have something similar to, or actually PTSD, due to medical trauma from my childhood and early teens as well. So yeah, that was actually quite good to explore. Made me realise that I sort of have, I suppose, a valid reason for why I wasn't able to continue with my studies in my early 20s. Rambled on too long and my battery died. Worst things happen at sea, I suppose. Anyway, while I'm here, I also got new glasses. What do you think? Alright, so like I said, my battery died and I've had to change the angle of my computer so that I can actually carry on with the computer plugged in, because I want to get this done now. I do not want to have to come back to this. It's postmodern or something. Anyway, what I was about to say is that, well, something along the lines of I was very pleased when I had some counselling with a really good psychologist who specialised in trauma and rehabilitation, particularly around amputees. I was about to get my leg amputated, so I had some counselling around that a few years ago. It was really good to discover that I actually had some kind of framework to explain how I've been feeling basically since the age of 14, 15. Which is not to say that your garden variety clinical depression needs any explanation, or that it's not absolute hell to go through. I think though, even with, as I said, your garden variety depression, it can be kind of good to know that there is a cause for it, I suppose, whether it's chemical or whether it's, a trigger, trauma, whatever. It's just good to be able to put it into context so that you can kind of work with that and I suppose try and get somewhere with it. Mental illness is awful to deal with, whatever the cause, or whether you know the cause or not. For me anyway, it's just been good to be able to put it into some context and to try and get some help. And I got that help and I'm much better now. While I don't think I'll ever be quite what I was. I can certainly now imagine myself as a PhD student and not completely freak out. One day I'll be able to do a YouTube clip without getting tongue-tied. Anyway, like I was saying, well, what I was trying to say is that mental illness is a complicating factor, I suppose, in beginning my PhD. I have actually been really pretty anxious, even in the run-up to starting. I start on the 1st of June, and I suppose I started the whole process of even looking into the PhD, meeting people, etc., around October, November last year. And it started out really fun, and basically over the months it's got quite stressful. However, I am now enrolled. I am now a PhD student officially, starting, as I said, on the 1st of June. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm kind of anxious, but I do feel like I can do this. And it's important to me to do this. I haven't done anything really of any substance for quite a long time, and excuse me, yeah, my topic is important to me as well. I must admit, to begin with, I just sort of decided I wanted to do a PhD and worked from there. It wasn't like I had a topic in mind with a burning desire to research that, and a PhD was the vehicle. I started out with the idea of doing a PhD and then sort of brainstormed for a bit, what might be good topics for me to do. I had always avoided actually looking into disability. I was born with spina bifida and hydrocephalus. I'm an amputee. I have a lot of sort of secondary disabilities, I suppose, that you might expect go along with being an adult with spina bifida. And I suppose it's been such a big part of my identity, something that I've never been able to get away from, that it wasn't really something I wanted to look into myself in my studies. In fact, I wanted to study anything but. Now that I'm a little older though, and having kind of explored other aspects of identity, particularly around kind of gay, lesbian, and gender identity, all of which are sort of big parts of who I am, I guess there was something missing, something that I didn't really understand about myself and the context of my identity within disability and the disability community, such as it is. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'll be looking at post World War II in New Zealand, and looking at whether we have a distinct New Zealand disability identity. So yeah, I think I've probably rambled on long enough. Hopefully I'll be able to make something out of all of this. Anyway, thank you for your patience. I shall try and work on this on my YouTube technique. Anyway, goodbye.